Hello, good evening, everybody, or afternoon. We're going into the evening. I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry because I'm just a hard hitter when it comes to my stories and my poetry, but I have no time. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Queenandi Exhiba. I'm born and raised in Fillmore, Mount Zion Hospital. My mother, an activist herself, Carolyn Brantley X, and I like to say Ashe to Our Lady Saint Lily Mae Brantley. I am an activist with Poor Magazine. I write and I do my poetry. Just did my first kids book called They Killed My Brother. Um, Also, I would like to send a shout out to Shizzle. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is the second anthology I'm doing. We're working on the third one right now. And stay tuned for that one because in the third one, that one's going to be called Celibate Whore. so, unfortunately, I can't talk too much about the story because of time, I want to be respectful for the time. But the gist of my story is that it has domestic violence, true love, drug use, and deportation all wrapped up into one. So it's so emotional, you can't even put into 3 minutes. But I'm going to do a little something about the domestic violence part and the deportation real quick. Boy, I never would have seen this coming, especially at the time of my life when I needed someone the most. At this difficult time, I was trying to figure out how I allowed for a madman to misuse and brutally abuse myself and my young daughter. And a burning question was, how was I going to escape this alive? On one Friday night, when I had a break from the madman, also known as the Rolling Stone, I put the kid to sleep and put on the movie What's Love Got to Do with It. I'd seen the movie before, but this time the scene came on when Tina Turner finally broke and ran from the hotel after being assaulted by Ike Turner. The cameo, powerful tune like the powerful cameo like tune of the guitar and the whole melody itself tapped into my being, and tears began to flow down my cheeks. It was like the song was telling me to run like hell, just like how Miss Tina was doing, and that's exactly what I did. And then one night on Turk and Leavenworth Street, I saw that young, dark, almond-eyed man that took me decades to find out that he was the true love of my life. Solo was his name. I asked him where have he been, and after many hugs, I leaned back up against the car and made the expression on my face a serious one. Could I pay you to post up with me and be my enforcer? I asked him. I've known him since he was a baby, like 11 years old. So the trust and the bond from our friendship was still intact. Now the part on deportation real quick because the love of my life was subsequently deported. And I like to touch on that just a few seconds, then I'm out, baby. What do the president, what do the United Snakes of America, KKK, feel about and think about deportation? They criminalize and deport instead of giving the children what they need and have the right to. Decent housing, health care, education, mental health services, cultural refugee restoration, how I coined it, and linguistic recognition. These are the things that children like Solo and myself were denied, and that would have assisted in the healing and from the cultural trauma and the displacement from our motherlands. More than half of the ruling and fooling class would be deported from this beautiful country based upon criminal activity. The president himself may even be deported back to hell. To be able to label us and deport with impunity is a sickening power. Myself, my American, Latino, African, Asian, and other blessed identity families that are my relatives we are the conscious Americans. That's if you want to waste time with labels. And this past May, I did go to Cambodia and I did reconnect with my lost love Solo. He's still in the cocoon stage, as I am too. We're still regrowing and rebuilding and doing a lot of things. So everything's working out. And I say all that to say the story is still being written. Thank you.